Hello guys, welcome to the channel. It's Rad, and tonight we're gonna check into what should be aware of in the global scheme of things, of course, and also personally for the star signs. So I just give me a second here. First things first. Of course, if you had paid attention to the thumbnail, you would have saw three cards, and they cover up the collective message for the world. That is something which, to a certain extent, of course, is going to affect all of us. And the first card that I drew for that, it is the Knight of Wands. The second one, let me hold it like this, it is the Knight of Pentacles. And the third card that is going to be the Empress. So those are the three cards we do have here. And immediately, so what we all should be kind of like vigilant about, or more like a warned, is we shouldn't rely way too much in the upcoming days. Or how can I really word it? Well, that's what we have here. It's the people that we're gonna deal with in the upcoming days. It will happen that they're not going to be exactly 100% reliable, right? And for that reason, it will be best if we don't make too much of a dependable plans that are involving many individuals at once. Even one individual being involved into kind of like crucial plans, it's kind of generous to say the least, right? So next few days are going to be days where we should take everything we are told with a grain of salt. Now, why that's the case? Well, according to these cards, it's just everybody's going to follow up their own interest, and I mean consequently, or how can I put it into words, like in sequence. What I mean is that today their best interest or their personal interest may be aligned with our interest, but tomorrow it may lie elsewhere, right? And if their interest leads them into another direction, no matter what kind of a paper they signed or promised, it's very prone that it will be relinquished or revoked, or whichever way you want to call it. Okay, so that's why it will be best to kind of like trust the hinty sense of mistrust for the next few days. So that is something that we should be aware of in the grand scheme of things. Jasmine, thank you for the $20 support. Thank you, Jasmine. And also Yasmin made a $20 PayPal donation. Thank you, Yasmin. One for you as well. At the end of the stream, you're going to have your personalized reading of what you personally should be aware of, and what you personally should need to know right now. All right, so you do have application for a job, how good it is, right? So that's your inquiry. Great. All right, at the end of the stream, you're going to have a reading over your inquiry. So a few notes about the show before I move forward. There are going to be 12 readings, one for each star sign, main readings. one for each star sign. I'm going to start with Aries. I'm going to end with a Pisces, and you can track which star sign I'm reading for by the glyph being displayed over here. Okay. Also, consider those readings as a guidance rather than a answer to your personal situations, okay, because at the end of the day they are general for the star signs. But if you do want to have a personal reading that's I can read for your personal situations and what you're going through, you can go to my website, which link you're going to find in the description down below. And there at the very front page you can see full list of my services and also their pricing. But if you do decide to support the stream and the channel through Super Chat or a PayPal, which link you're also going to find in the description down below, you're going to have a reading at the end of the stream. That's pretty much guaranteed. So with all that said, let's jump to the hold on a second here to arrange my cards. So let's jump into the first star sign of the day, which is going to be Aries. Let me shuffle now and see what you guys have. First one for Aries, that will be the Magician. Then we do have the Four of Pentacles. It is the third one, the second one, I'm sorry. And the third one for Aries, that will be the Three of Cups. So it's pretty simple for you guys. Next couple of days, there is a better entity or an institution, or whichever way you want to call it, okay, or a person that can put a value on you. For example, you can sell your skills better at another place than what you are planning to, or you can be appreciated more at another place where you're trying to push yourself into, okay, or you can be loved or accepted rather by another person, the one you're trying to kind of win their love over, right? So that's something that you should be aware of very much. That is at least for the next few days. Okay, after that, this kind of like influence and this energy is putting towards it shifts. Okay. Oh, and another thing before I jump into Taurus here, by the look of those cards, if you're kind of like negotiations, for a lack of a better word, you may be trying to score a deal, right? Or maybe you're trying to get a point across, whatever the case. Different angle, right? Different angle it is required for what those cards are showing. So more personal one, all right? So the other side needs to kind of like feel it, that you really mean what you're saying. So that was for Aries. Next one is going to be Taurus. Hey, Cinnamon Kiss. And Shona, welcome to the stream. All right, the Lovers for Taurus, first one. Then we do have the Nine of Swords. And it is the Eight of Pentacles. Well, a bit heavy on the mark. And the kind of like the seriousness, you know, believe it or not, actually comes from these couple of cards here. The Lovers in a combination with the Eight of Pentacles. it's pretty much, I don't want to be a bad messiah, all right, or an evil messiah, or I don't know how you express it in English, like a person who gives a um, gloom predictions. But according to these cards, for what they are showing here, it is that, or what you should need to be prepared of, actually braced about, because that is a brace for impact that we do have here, is that the thing, and I don't know what they are referring to, okay, it's going to be personal for every single one of you. It is, the thing is beyond the point of no return. So if it is a good thing, then I guess brace for indulgence, right? But if it is a unpleasant thing for you, well, I guess we do have a brace for impact, okay? But all of them are kind of signifying that whatever actions you recently took or choices that you do made, despite that they may have been a harmonious with your situation at time, there are consequences coming up. And when I say consequences, I don't mean necessarily something bad, right? Under consequences, I mean a fallout that it is coming, and you should brace yourself for it, because pretty much it's unavoidable. But no matter is that fallout gonna be pleasant or unpleasant, okay, it's gonna solve a lot of issues that you are going through right now, okay? So if it is something unpleasant, the very least, when it passes, I don't know if you're going to be thankful about it, but at the very least you are going to be relieved from a certain concerns of yours. Cinnamon Kiss, thank you for the £20. PayPal, actually super chat support. All right, thank you, Cinnamon Kiss. That's actually a really, really good question. Oh, a second. Put your inquiry in. All right, the end of the stream, you're going to have your reading. Next, we have Gemini. Queen of Cups. Two of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune. All right, so if you are in love, right, what you need to know about is that the person that you are in love with, first of all, it's trustworthy, at least for the things they told you or they have done thus far, right? I can't guarantee you for a lifetime, but for what these cards are saying, pretty genuine person for now, okay? But it also, what is expected, it is a reciprocation from the other side, or in other words, to strip off your shyness and as well your pride and kind of like face the relationship, whatever stage that relationship is in, figuratively speaking, naked. From another standpoint, not much is going to happen in the next few days to a couple of weeks. Basically, you pretty much set yourself up, right? And things are going to move according to the expectations. That is what those cards are showing in a more practical manner, right? Your environment should be fairly calm and how can I put it into words? Fairly friendly. And when I mention friendly, those cards also are saying here that around you, you do have at least one friend that it is worth dying for. All right, that was Gemini. Moving next, we do have Cancer. Ten of Wands. The King of Cups. The Two of Wands. Actually, those cards mostly are going to affect people that recently took a proposal. For example, signed up for a job, right? Or for example, agreed to something. And what you need to know, Cancer, is what you had involved yourself into is bigger than you know, right? It requires more, right? It will take more, but it also going to give you more. So there is a kind of like a flow, for a lack of better words here, that, yeah, I mean, it's gonna be more demanding than you thought it's gonna be, because you may have signed for the job saying, you know, it's gonna be a piece of cake, like a walk in the park, and it turns out that it kind of requires its fair share of brainstorming and time, rather like a dedication, but it also brings far bigger rewards than you initially anticipated. So long story short, you bit off a bigger piece than you currently are, can I put it into words, accustomed to chew up and swallow down. Can you though? Yes, definitely, right? But it will take more time, again, more dedication, and above everything else, following the rules. That is very important, all right? You signed up yourself for something. You signed up yourself for a dance, and you have to play the moves. Otherwise, it's not going to be the dance that you signed yourself for, and therefore, you're not going to be applauded at the end of it. Hello, Eve. All right, next we have Leo. Just give me a minute here, guys, to take a swing of coffee, of course. All right, Leo. Let's see what you got, guys. The Magician. Six of Swords. Hello, News Devon. Long time no see. And then is the Queen of Cups, right? So we do have those three cards for you. And what you need to know is that you are on the verge of a breakthrough, right? Actually, it's gonna be uncharted territory for you. I mean, imagine it that way. You are breaking through your box, right? And after that, it's gonna be you being outside of the box. So you will find yourself, like I said, in uncharted territory, whether with your project, whether with you know, your relationship, or with yourself. Why not? Because these cards could refer that you're going to have a breakthrough into a well, for lack of better say, a layer of society that you were not accepted thus far, but now through the breakthrough you are going to be. And what is important here to acknowledge is that you may have kind of like a big doubt. That's your place. You may even doubt yourself, are you going to be able to manage from there on moving forward? And surprisingly, I mean, you are going to be very surprised with yourself to see that you actually are natural, right? You do have a knack for it. So if you are given a odd job and you are afraid how you're going to do, those cards say that you're going to do excellent, right? If you're afraid of certain actions you're planning because you don't know what the consequences of them are going to be, should they not hurt someone else, it seems that the consequences are going to be good, at least for you, right? So what you need to know is that, like I said, you're on the verge of a breakthrough with whatever actions are required right now or choice made. Don't allow your how can I put it into words, your self-doubt, for as far as you have it, to stop you from going big. News Devon, thank you for the £10. Thank you, News Devon. At the end of the stream, you're going to have your personalized reading of what you need to know as of this moment. All right, next, that will be Virgo. Three of Swords. Then we have Two of Pentacles. And then is going to be the Eight of Cups. Well, all right. You may be tempted in the next few days to a couple of weeks to fix things, or rather say to make things better, right? And when I say to make things better, I'm referring to situations that you are part of right now that you wish them being better, and you may think that by you changing your concepts, your plans, your ideas, you're going to make the situation better. For what those cards want you to know, unlikely that you will succeed with it. It's basically what they were here to tell you, those cards, is the best you can do is to roll with what you got, because sometimes we just have to take what we can get and make the most out of it. That said, though, take it as a big lesson and learn from it so you do not make the same mistake, meaning you do not involve yourself in the same situations in the future, which are situations I am again referring to that are disappointing, insufficient for you, that is. But again, it's any improvement in the next few weeks unlikely to kind of like make a huge difference for you. All right, next we do have Libra. Queen of Swords, the Empress, and the King of Wands. All right, we do have an individual. Those three cards. An individual which has an ambition. And I don't know what that ambition is. For each one of you, that ambition is going to be different. But this ambition of theirs goes through you. Let me put it that way. These cards want you to know that the way you want to go forward with, whether in your career or whether in your love life, it's getting in thy way. And that's not a person one should take for a trifle. Actually, they are quite vindictive and also, for the lack of better words, I'm gonna say ruthless. So, but basically, this is a person who do whatever it takes, okay, and don't care about the consequences for as long as the goal is met, right? So they can go and do things which may surprise you in recklessness, cruelty, price paid as well. So just what these cards need you to know, or want you to know, just to be careful whom's path you're crossing. And although the card is not here, I love the Five of Swords because its philosophy goes like this, right? A hero picks every fight and dies young, pretty much, right? While a warrior, a true warrior, picks only the fights they can win. They are not ashamed of running away, so they can live to fight another day. So be a warrior, don't be a hero, because you may pick the wrong quarrel here. And the worst it is that, you know, others could kind of like be a collateral in the commotion in between you and that Queen of Swords that we have. All right, next, Scorpio. Four of Swords, Three of Pentacles, the Fool, it's well, basically those cards, what they are telling us, it is that in the next few days to a couple of weeks, we're not gonna get the support we may think we are gonna get. So think of it like that. You may have an idea and you may think that this idea is gonna be loved by your boss or by your supervisor, your colleagues. You share it, and suddenly they tell you it's no go, but you have expected their support, right, through that particular development. So next few days to couple of weeks, you better rely on yourself, Scorpio. We better rely on yourself, because I am in that bag as well, just like you are. But as a individual, personally, we can do a lot. Okay, with that Fool being next to the Four of Swords, that pretty much gives us the benefit on the of the doubt, right? And if right now this idea is like a lonely voice in the desert, eventually someone is gonna listen. So don't kind of like omit it just because right now no one believes in it because it's a good one. That is something you need to know. We need to know. Mattia, thank you for the $20 PayPal donation. Thank you, Mattia. Let me put you into the list. All right, next, Sagittarius. I am, thank you. As well as I could be. Knight of Pentacles. Then we have the Ten of Wands. And it is the Six of Swords. So it's kind of conditional, what we have for Sagittarius. So it's a little bit conditional for what those cards are showing. Basically, what you need to know is that from now on, things are going to get easier for as simple as you are. What I mean is that you should not try to reinvent the wheel, okay? As simple your plans are, as easier they are going to be manifested. As simpler your life is, or what I mean is that less drama there is in it, the more bearable the life is going to go forward. And you should avoid, I put it into words, making stunts, right? Like trying to stun the situation with a unnatural, unorthodox, seemingly unpredictable move, because then you're going to complicate things, and according to these cards, nothing good rather than strings is going to come from complicating things around. Also, it's highly likely that you may end up in the next few days to a couple of weeks kind of mending certain bridges with the old lovers, okay? But that is a kind of like very personal, and it's not going to be in effect for every one of you. But the influence is there in the cards, so it's very likely that to be the incentive or to be the energy. Whether you take that opportunity or not, it's entirely up to you. But again, for us, Sagittarius, and I'm saying this because I do have a stellium there, so that's going to affect me. It's Pisces moon being favorite principle, which is the kiss one, all right? Keep it simple, stupid. And you can never go wrong, at least for the next a few days to a couple of weeks. Right, next we do have Capricorn. Oops. First one, Five of Cups. Then we have the Page of Cups. And it is the Page of Pentacles. It's a confirmation that you did the right thing, at least for yourself, that is. And you will be soon compensated. It is also what those cards are for what those cards are saying. Maybe not from people, maybe through the universe, but there is going to be a compensation. Because what those cards are showing here is that very soon the worth of your life, or the way you see your life as its worth, is going to increase significantly. Because right now, imagine it that way. Right now, you may hate your life because you made a certain choice recently, and now you may doubt that this choice was right. You may be disappointed of yourself, right? You may consider it as well as a loss. But in the next few days, next few weeks, this sense of disappointment, this sense of loss is going to give way to value and to worth, and you will see that you did the right thing, you did the right choice for as far as you are concerned, and that your life, I don't want to say a big word here, but this is going to be a point where you will assess your life as it's in peak of worth, one of its peaks of a worth. And also very possible friendship to be transformed in relationship. I mean, if you do hope that a friendship is transformed in relationship, next couple of weeks are one of the times where you try that to happen. It's kind of like very positive in that regard, that transformation to take place, but only if you do try it. All right, next we do have Aquarius. Hello, Yarabi Magic. The Fool. Six of Wands. Eight of Pentacles. Those three cards. That it's gonna get easier on your feelings. That's what it means. Okay. All right, Aquarius. It's actually a tough read. Um, A better thing or a better way? Because that's what we have here in the cards. There is a, I'll say it that way. There is a better path. Okay, there is a better path, and we will come aware of that. And I'm saying we because I am rising Aquarius. Okay, I'm at the end of the zodiac. Scorpio Sun, Sagittarius Moon, and rising Aquarius. Um, there is a better path, and I will try to explain you what I mean through example. Now, let's say that's kind of like you are planning a really nice experience with a person you like. Okay, you do have a person of interest, and you plan those experience with them. You're going out on a date, and always imperfection. Okay, it's always kind of like something is missing. But of course, you don't give up, right? Because you don't have a better option available until now. Because now you will entertain the idea to try. That is just going forward with the example, right? To try with someone else, and you will see, like, it's night and day when it comes to results and how good you are gonna feel, right? And free, that's also a word that we do have here, right? How free you will feel with that individual, and just is gonna become clear that there is just a better path. Especially potent reading for those of us who do not see a way forward, because that reading definitely showing here that there is a path. But in that regard, or in that situation, this is going to come through a help, because you will get the help, because that's also something that they are saying. If you are in a dire need of help, it's coming in the next few days to a few weeks, a couple of weeks. I'm sorry. Only thing you gotta do is just accept it. Okay, don't allow your ego to get into your into your way. And yeah, I mean, it will serve you very, very well. It will serve us very, very well. If we kind of like we are a bit more playful and unaffected, for a lack of better expression, with the craziness of the world in the next few days to a couple of weeks. Just we should allow ourselves to kind of like experience the joy of life for as much as we have it, and that is a certain way how we are going to find the path that those cards are describing. Hold on a second, guys. Pisces Moonbeam, thank you for the 3 Canadian. Let me check on your question. It's the same one. We'll put you into the list. All right. And last but not least, that will be Pisces. The Hierophant, the Chariot, 4 of Wands. Well, first thing that you need to know is that triumph, it's possible. In fact, the way you are going about it thus far, it's the more probable outcome from your approach. But also, there are still certain details which are eluding you, which are kind of like missing from the equation. Maybe the time haven't came right for them, right? Or maybe they are just in someone else's turf and they need to play them out. But bottom line here is that right now you should concern yourself with what depends on you, or kind of like worry for what something can be done about, rather than worrying in vain about things which are outside of your control, for a lack of better expression. Whatever you are striving for, like I said, triumph, it's the most likely outcome, and you will be damn proud about yourself at the end of the day, to a point where you're going to get yourself so proud of yourself and the job done that when it's time for you to kind of like take your reward, right? To take your prize, you wouldn't care about the price or the reward itself. The journey was what was all about. And another thing that you need to know as well, Pisces, and that is a huge burden. People trust you. I mean, and they really trust you to get the job done. Okay, they trust you to fix the problem, clean the mess, push the thing through, get the job done. I mean, people are looking high on you, and I hope you do not disappoint them, and you shouldn't, for what those cards are showing here. For as long as you do thing that, for as long as you what dictates your actions is for the sake of the endeavor, rather than for the prize at the end. All right, that was for Pisces. Now super chat. Give me a moment, guys. Hey, Taco. Thank you for the 22 US dollars. Thank you, mate. Sure, you're gonna have one. All right, Jasmine. Application for a job, how good that job is gonna be. Those are the three cards. Now that does depend what your expectations are. The job is solid in a sense of that the place that it is vacated, it's for a really long term, right? I mean, this wherever you get, you are going for the job, whatever that place is, they need a reliable person, okay? And it's not a joke for them. What I mean is that for what those cards are showing here, they don't have time nor the patience nor the resources to try people out. And should you get the job, you are well set for the future when it comes to career and money, and in generally a professional development that you can count on, because you will be able to count on this one. On the other hand, is gonna be super boring job. What I mean is that this place has literally nothing new to offer you for you to learn, to grow in a personal development, that is. So you are gonna be stuck doing the same thing over and over again, okay? And eventually you will kind of like get the tricks of the trade and you're gonna become really, really good at it. But it depends what you are seeking from the job. If you're seeking money, stability, kind of like certain future, you got it, okay? But if you are seeking adventure, it's this job is not going to be able to present you with one. Hey Anna, welcome to the stream. All right, next that will be Yasmin. All right, Yasmin, those are your cards. It seems, Yasmin, that you have made a really strong impression. Okay, that is something that you should be aware of. And whomever you made that really, really strong impression to is gonna seek stronger contact. Now, right now, this contact is neutral by nature, right? Because for what those cards are showing, there is nothing really that links you. What I mean is that that person can't benefit from knowing you. You can't benefit from knowing them as well. It's just there is no mutual benefit there. But how can I put it into words? You can make your time together being very pleasant, right? And how far that can go kind of like depends on you. But what is important to know about this individual is that they will not gonna try, at least for the time being, all right? They're not gonna try to kind of like bond you in any way, right? So they will not gonna try to take away your freedom. Strongly suggested, according to these cards, is to give the man or the woman a chance. And they should be a foreigner as well, or someone that is living far away from you. All right, Cinnamon Kiss, best way to bond with my brother. Lisa, thank you for the $1 super chat. Thank you. You're gonna have a card at the end. You're welcome. Those are your cards. Cinnamon Kiss. You don't have to do. I put it into words. Just give me a second here. Uh, sorry, sorting something out. Mm. Hold on. Right. So you don't have to do much. It's just the ball is rolling, okay? And I can tell you what this person doesn't like, so you can avoid it. What this person doesn't like is people going light about life. What I mean here is, for example, people drinking, partying, whoring, and it's kind of like indulging in those momentary pleasures of life. This person likes, for a lack of better expression, cinnamon kiss, um, serious individuals. I know that you do have children, and for as far as I can say, it's enough for him to know and see that you are a caring mother, and the bond is gonna carry on from there. But you, I mean, it's gonna be a miracle if you don't make with him a really harmonious interaction and relationship. That is, of course, if you do want that to happen. Okay. So it is not about what you can do in order to bond with your brother. That's pretty much given. It is what you can do to unravel that bond, which is something you should not do by the spirit of your question, and that is kind of like, you know, being a superficial individual. I don't know how to put it into words. Hey, Althea. Right. Next, Mattia. Yeah, exactly. All right, Mattia. Those are your cards. Okay. So it's going to be about, quote unquote, a secret that it will be divulged. We're not talking about you. What is the word here? Eavesdropping it. Okay. We're talking about that you are going to be told about it. It's going to be definitely through some kind of a news. That secret or let's not call it a secret. Let's call it a undisclosed information, will either going to come from your family or is going to concern your family. And when I say family, I mean elders, right? That means mother, father, grandparents, if they're still among us. And what this information, undisclosed information, is going to allow you to do is to, I will put it that way, to unfold potentials that are heretofore unexplored. So, in other words, it will allow you to have a bigger reach within the family. I don't know toward what end though. This is just something you are going to come about. That is something you will know from there on moving forward. If you do need to pull certain strings, for example, and so on and so forth, and definitely are going to allow you to have a bigger influence amongst your family. Okay, that's going to be the most important thing for you in the next few days to a couple of weeks. All right, next, Taco. Hey, Ashley. Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoy it. All right, Taco, those are your cards. This reading most likely concerns your home, and what you need to know about it is that you're taking the appropriate measures. We're not talking here about actions, we're talking about the measures. Whatever measures you are planning to take or you are taking right now, for what those cards are showing, they are the right and the correct ones in order to ensure the stability and as well the future of your house. Take it as you will. And any sudden turns, especially turnarounds, are not a good thing. They are only going to jeopardize. Okay, more harm than good can come out of those things. Let me put it that way. You found the path. Don't deviate from it, because this path not only going to lead you to a conclusion and development, a wraparound, but also is going to present you with a new perspective on things. Anna, thank you for the 20 US dollars PayPal support. Thank you, Anna. You are next then, because you are the last of the 20 US dollars donations, and after that, the others. Yeah, well, basically what those cards said, Taco, it is that you are securing your future and you're basically doing, you are at the end of the line. What I mean is that you are almost there to ensure it. Hmm. Right, Anna, those are your cards. Here. It's an end of problems. More particularly, issues that have been caused by another person to you. Most likely a woman. Okay, most likely a woman. And basically, the provision that this individual is sucking off you, or of your business, or of your time, that doesn't have to be just only material one. It's pretty much coming to an end. It's pretty much coming to an end. So, by the way, Jasmine Keras or Keres, thank you for 35 US dollars PayPal. No, thank you. Let me put you into the list. With a specific request for Lenormand cards. All right, so yeah, that's that leech is pretty much over. It's gonna be a kind of like a dramatic severance, to say the least, and that could be someone that works for you or someone that works with you, and it's just you are going to sever connection, and you're not gonna hear nice things about yourself, about your business, or even about kind of like even your family. It's just is gonna be a free for all out there territory, all right, and you shouldn't allow any of those mental cruelties to really nest and fester in your mind, because they're going to twist and tangle it, and you are likely to find yourself lost. Instead, you should just kind of like move forward, because it seems that you are off to a great accomplishment here. Okay, it's going to take time though. That is also another thing that you do need to know, is that whatever your plans are, whatever accomplishments you are after, for what these cards are showing, it's going to take time for them to become what you want them to be. All right, Jasmine, you're Lenormand. Brace yourself. So what we're gonna check right now is the next 4 events that you should be aware of. When they are gonna take place, I cannot say. First one. We have these 4 cards. Okay, these 4 cards. And that's more of a state rather than an event. What they say is that you will be able to place yourself in many places, like put a cells in many places, which is a good thing, because this is like your way in. I don't know what they mean, right? But what they pretty much are saying here is that you will be able to get your way in through a many venues. The second event, it's some kind of a contract, a partnership that will concern your home. Right? It could be a mortgage, for example, a lease, a renovation project, but it's definitely going to concern your home. And it's a partnership. It is a contract. Then You do have a disagreements over money with friends, right? Or they may not be friends, but definitely part of your social circle. So you will fight with people which are involved in your social circle over money, over finances. That's the other important thing. Um, uh, what is going to be the commotion about? I don't know. Maybe you felt that they stole from you, or maybe they felt that you do stole from them. All right, that's another thing about the Lenormand. You get to know what is going to happen. You don't get to know how though. So brace yourself for that one. And the final important event here is not gonna directly impact you. Okay, we do have these three cards. A kind of like a bad news that concerns a good friend of yours, right? That's gonna be a grieve news that concerns a friend of yours. Maybe they lost something big, or they're fighting a tough battle, right? But it's going to touch you, not directly, right? Because it's not about you, it's a friend of yours, but nonetheless, it will affect you in a significant way. All right, next news, Devon. Let's see what you should be aware of. You're welcome, Anna. Those are your two cards. How to get your wishes coming true. I'm using the word wishes because I don't want to be super positive, okay? Because things can always go worse. But if I have to be exact, how to make your dreams come true, a way for it is going to be restated in the next few days to a couple of weeks. So basically what happens here is that at some point, okay, there will be an opportunity which, though it will be kind of like masked, what I mean is that it will be a gold in a rax shell, and you must have a kind of like a mental clarity in order to see through those rags so you can see the gold that it is buried beneath them, and you do have all the capabilities to do so. So believe what you think of and your analytics rather than your emotions and your feelings, because through your emotions things are not gonna work very well about it. You just have to accept her points of view, okay? Because that's how it's gonna be. That's how you deal with the argument, by accepting it. But other than that, on a personal level, you get to have another goal, another chance. All right, Pisces Moonbeam. Usual question. No. But only you can make things move forward by pushing certain buttons. Is that advisable? For now, I don't know. And Lisa, oops. You're welcome. King of Wands, Lisa. So what you need to know is that whatever you're after, you will have a clearance to make an actions for it. But you gotta be determined, all right? Slightest hesitation, gone. Definitely accomplishable. Oh, and it's gonna kind of like benefit you a lot. If you do have time for fun, on a few occasions in the next few days. All right, guys. So that's gonna do it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching, participation as well, for your generosity. Thank you so much, and we're gonna see each other next time. Until then, bye.